must know that we are fighting extremism and ISIS troops on the behalf of the whole Arab world. If I was in the shoes of the specialized institutions, I would have nominated him for Nobel Prize for Peace for all his efforts, not only in Sinai, not only on the Arab world, but for everything he did for relaying peace and his diplomatic negotiations, the successful one with Ethiopia, with North Sudan, under the title that we never fight with our neighbors nor allies.
Yes, Dr. Gergis, also President Sisi called on the UN to quickly try to put a Syrian constitution. How do you read this?
Actually, let me first clarify a point that happened in the UN Security Council. We didn't vote for Russia to adopt its resolution on Syria. To condemn the military escalation. This doesn't mean that we are with the war against Syria. This is completely wrong. It's just a matter of neutrality. We have to be at equidistance from all countries. We have to be at equal distances from all the countries, not biased, not to give biased speeches. Unless we have something concrete, something solid, we don't have to be biased or impeach anyone. Until we have an evidence, we can be biased towards a certain direction.
Yes, Dr. Marian, how do you see the summit in general, or describe this summit of yesterday of the Arab countries summit?
I think it was very successful and full of productive and fruitful talks. And I think President Abdel Fattah Sisi did a lot of productive work that we will see its effect on the coming days, and I'm sure that the negotiations will be successful and Syria will find a right way to get out of its problem.
Yeah, and also President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in his speech also warned of the biggest challenge facing the Arab countries, which is terrorism.
Yeah, exactly. And as I told you, he assured that we are doing a great job in Sinai, and the military Sinai operation 2018 is not about Sinai only. It's about the whole region. It emphasized the supremacy of the Egyptian position in the region, and it gives safety, as we are, Egypt is an axis power in the region. So defeating at least terrorism in this place means a safety to the whole Arab world.
Yes. How do you see the final communique of the Arab summit?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. It was not that
the
clear.
Final communique or the final statement or declaration of the Arab summit.
Yeah, I think it will be more clear later.
Would you like that I repeat the question?
Yeah, please. The sound is not that clear.
Okay. Dr. Gergis, how do you see the final communique of the Arab summit?
Yeah, as I told you, I think it will have since the productive talks, I think there will be productive actions on the land that we can see, and the UN Council will reach to more bills that will give peace on Syria.
Yes. What do you think, Dr. Gergis, the summit was held in El Zahran and not in Riyadh?
Yeah.
For security measures or what? What's in your opinion?
I think not for security issues as much as maybe it was a safe place or a better place for the weather or something, but I don't think for security issues.
Well, I thank you very much, Dr. Marian Gergis, the political writer. Thank you for your time. Well, the Red Sea Tourism Investment Association's chairman talked about the ministry's expectations for the tourism sector this year and how they are preparing for the year 2018. The details in the following report.
With a new minister in place and increased revenue and tourist figures in the past months, the tourism sector is preparing for an optimistic year ahead. The Red Sea Tourism Investment Association's chairman talked about the ministry's expectation for the tourism sector this year and how they are preparing for 2018. The official said that Egypt's tourism recovery would also lead its economic recovery, as the sector has a pivotal role in creating millions of job opportunities, providing foreign currency, and serving many related sectors like aviation and transportation. He added that Egypt is the perfect country for a mix of activities combining culture, adventure, and relaxation. But the main challenges tourism faces are promoting Egypt's tourism, improving the country's image, and conveying the true picture of events taking place in Egypt. The tourism sector suffered badly following the Russian travel ban, but after Russian flights resumes, Russian tourists can easily pay visits to Sharm el-Sheikh and other resorts, and the real impact will occur in the revenues of the sector. The official also asserted that need to increase investments in the tourism sector by building more and new venues to help the sector to recover. During 2017, Egypt welcomed about 6 million tourists, and the increase in 2018 will be about 40%.
Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Mr. Amr Abdurrahman, the political analyst and the journalist. Welcome, Mr. Abdurrahman.
Well, hello and welcome to you and the dear viewers.
Thank you, sir. Well, Mr. Abdurrahman, how would the resumption or resuming of the Russian flights to Egypt have impact on the situation of the tourism sector?
Okay, here is a very important issue. We can summarize the whole idea here about 3 important points. The first point is that we first welcome the Russian people, the friends, our friends in Russia. We have a historical ties with the Russian people, and they have been friends for us for decades. And we have a long, long history with Russia as a leadership and as people, as a nation, as a culture, as a civilization, as too many roots in common. On the second important point that I would like to tackle on here, that we have never changed our point of view or our stance against the events, against the file of returning of the Russian tourism to Egypt. The reason it was only stopped because a Russian plane was hit on Sinai by a very supreme technology. It's called HARP, by the Israeli enemy, not by terrorists. That's first. We are not responsible even by defending our own air space.
Yeah.
This is first. Second, the Russian leadership tried to manipulate